Good evening, and welcome everyone to the first ever taping of the Fog of Time. We're coming to you live from Long Island City, right underneath the 7 train. I'm Darrell Fogg, and I'm going to be the host for the show tonight and every night, as we strive to journey through time and space to answer some of history's most pressing questions. Questions like, well, could Fidel Castro have hit a curveball? Maybe. Could Elizabeth Bathory really have been a serial killer? Or was she just a feminist? Was Saddam Hussein a secret child's author? You'd be surprised. These are the kind of questions we're going to answer on my show. But before I get started with that, why don't I give you a little background on who I am? I'm a Pisces, and I was born in the New York tri-state area, and I have a deep love of knowledge. In fact, I really got kind of carried away with the whole college experience, and I majored in 3 different things at the same time. I have a degree in philosophy from USC's film school. I have a degree in psychology from the Baltimore College of Dental Studies, which, by the way, go fight and floss. And I have a degree in interspace engineering from Suffolk County Community College. Now, these might seem kind of disparate, but trust me, they are all going to be very important for this show. So I guess the real kind of question is, what is this? What are we doing here? So very simply, I'll spell it out for you. We're going to be bringing you guests from throughout time and bring them here in the studio and let them answer questions in their own words. We're going to get to know them as people and not just as myths or legends or things that were handed down. You see, it's my goal that this show isn't about history, but it makes its own history. I guess the next obvious question then is, where are you going to get these people from? They're all dead for the most part. Very simple. Time travel. It's a process that has taken me, well, it's taken me a long, long time with a lot of painstaking research and several misplaced assistants, if you know what I mean. Wherever they are and whenever they are, we miss you guys. Especially Elliot, who I'm fairly certain we lost somewhere in the Middle Ages. Sorry, buddy. But anyway, we're going to bring these guests out here. They're going to be seated next to me. We're going to interview them. We're going to find out what goes on inside their minds. And then we're going to return them to their time period with no memory of what happened, of course, because we don't want to mess with our own timeline. Now, I can't quite go into the specifics of how we're going to do that, and I was advised by my legal department that I shouldn't say too much, because technically what we're doing is, let me get the legalese right. We're technically doing time-space quantum clusterfucking. So, you know, we're going to kind of stay away from that. But basically, our method of erasing memories involves, I guess I'd call it the lead pipe to the cranium effect. And you can kind of figure it out from there. So, without further ado, we're going to take a quick commercial break and then come right back with our first guest. Thanks for coming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the power world. Hot from one hands in the sky, stay here. Hot, head, hot, 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 set my body, soul. I promise to hold more pounds of weight.
The first of many, and we're going to bring some amazing music out.
Back to the physical west, and I'm staring at a hollow pot of good. I'm stressing, trying God sense of my name. Trying to make the same more pain in myself. Shit, but I like to hurt me on the lanes. Now I don't hang with the clowns like discuss new music wise. How it's feeling, plus I don't know what the radio sound like. And it makes me feel with me and it's in music dropping to my own finger. Ready to be soon. Plain Jane, doing green to slip in the pocket. Seen in the beat, shooting to the school of boys over the beat. So you could criticize.
Social media, Twitter, Facebook, the whole 9 million body box.
On there, so Power Word Music Show.
Power word.
All right, and we're back. I'd like to welcome my first guest. She's a woman shrouded in mystery, but I think she likes it that way. Please welcome Countess Elizabeth Bathory of Hungary. Let's give it up for her. Countess, oh. Thank you for coming. Please have a seat.
Thank you.
So tell us, I'm fairly certain you're a bit of a more mysterious figure to much of our audience. So why don't you give us a little background? Were you born into royalty?
Indeed. I was born to George and Anna Bathory of Hungary.
Okay.
And we were in the upper class of nobles.
Sure.
But let me put it for you this way. we had more money and power than the king of Hungary himself.
You don't say.
He asked us for money, okay?
Really?
Indeed.
So then, tell us, what was family life like? Do you have any favorite memories growing up?
Favorite memories? I mean, hopping from castle to castle.
Oh, you had multiple
know?
castles. Okay.
Absolutely.
Did you have a favorite castle you enjoyed going to?
No, I like them all.
Okay,
you know,
of course.
All for different reasons.
Sure.
And I tell you, I have many family members who were, how do you say, eccentric.
Okay. Do you have a favorite? I mean.
My favorite is probably my aunt.
Okay.
She, at a very young age, started to teach me a little bit of black magic.
Really?
Indeed, and she taught me how to charm cats.
Cats?
And I love cats.
Okay.
Yes. I don't want to don't call me cat lady. Has
No,
bad
no, of
connotation.
course not.
But but I was beating one of my servants.
You're disciplining,
I was
sure.
disciplining.
Okay.
Thank you. I like that word
Okay.
better. Yes, thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
Disciplining my servants. And I hit one.
Okay.
And I suppose I hit her hard enough that I drew blood.
Oh.
Okay. So I know, and it shocked me, and at first it disgusted me
Right.
that the blood of this peasant is on my skin
Oh,
now.
of course.
You know, the blood of anyone. So there were drops on my hands, a couple drops on my face. So of course I ran to wash it off.
Right, as you do, right?
But as I noticed, as I washed it off, I saw in the spots where the blood had fallen, my skin was iridescent. It was
Really?
so beautiful and pale and looking younger and tighter than ever before. Ever before. And I didn't know if that was just happenstance. So I continued to try and experiment with
Really?
other girls.
Now, are these young women giving willingly to you? Like, how are you extracting this blood now
Not
to
willingly.
use?
I don't know if I say willingly.
No.
This is how it works.
Okay. Explain, yeah.
Yes, I have many servants, and many women, they young girls, they see it as an opportunity.
Sure.
Obviously, we are the most powerful family in
Right.
Hungary. So the opportunity to come to work for me at my castle, the people they're going to jump at that opportunity.
Okay.
Okay, so I give the peasant girls the opportunity to come to work for me. I train them, I discipline them.
Right.
And I also may use their blood.
I'd imagine some would probably call this vampirism. I mean.
No. See, now that is the
No.
difference. I resent that, and I know in history people call me vampire.
Okay.
I'm not a vampire.
You're not a vampire.
There is a difference between drinking blood
Right.
and bathing in blood.
Okay.
There is a difference. I'm not drinking blood.
No.
Not
you're,
drinking.
You're just
there is
putting it
one-
near your mouth.
Right.
All right.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Where'd Daddy go? Oh, there he is! Where'd Daddy go?
Where did he go?
Oh, there he is! Oh.
Godfather!
So it's just a cat.
All right, my next guest doesn't really need an introduction, but I'll give him one anyway. We pulled him right after he popped out of his spider hole, and he feels the obligation to clear up some misconceptions about him. So, ladies and gentlemen, Saddam Hussein. Come on out, Saddam. Good to see you, sir. Please have a seat. This is Miss Bathory, I believe you've met backstage.
Hello, nice to see you.
Well, I must say, Mrs. Hussein, you...
This for me?
Maybe after the show, So, I would imagine this is a little bit nicer than the spider hole?
Less spiders.
Less spiders.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I like normal spiders and the wasps, so yeah, it's good.
Okay, now,
Yeah.
before we get to the elephant in the room, we're gonna...
I bring elephant. I like elephant, a woman.
No, not that
You
elephant.
go to America?
No, it's a
America.
turn of phrase. It means, before we get to the
It's
big...
turn of what?
It is the same word. It's elephant is elephant, but it's a phrase of a word. It's not... I didn't bring you an elephant, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were into that. So, maybe in the gift basket after. I'll see what I can do.
You tease me, huh? Okay.
A little bit. It keeps you on your toes, you know? But before we get to that, I'd like to ask you, so many people don't know your history. So what was your family life like growing up?
My father, he left the family before I born.
He ran away. He wasn't there.
Yeah, before I born, he not there.
Okay.
And I go live with my uncle.
Okay, you live with your uncle.
Yeah, and I come back and I get stepfather.
Right.
You know, I beat me. So yeah, I got it good.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, do you think that childhood formed you? Like, is that kind of how you became the man you are today?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, no.
You think so? No?
I think I learned from my stepfather.
Okay.
I learned to be generous. Yeah.
To be generous?
I'm kind, yeah.
Okay, even though he beat you, it was a generous beating, I take it.
Yeah, you
Okay.
got to be generous. You cannot beat only one. You got to beat all.
Oh, so it was an equal opportunity thing.
You can't, say, I beat you, I don't beat you. No, why, man, do that, no.
One of your big steps when you became, a very prominent player in politics was understanding oil revenue. Like, what did you understand that your opponents didn't? I mean, obviously, it's led to so much outside influence. Like, what did you see about oil that other people didn't see?
I see oil can bring West.
Bring the West?
Yeah.
Okay, so you wanted the Western influence.
Oh, yeah, I tell you why.
Why?
King Iraq.
Right.
I look West.
Right.
I see Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, okay.
I say, he do it, why me not do it?
You kill. It's not strong enough? You need something stronger?
I kill.
Okay, well, it's funny you say that because I'd like to get to the elephant in the room. You're accused...
You said no elephant. Why you confuse me? Well, I don't understand.
All right,
Elephant or not elephant?
We'll get you an elephant, I promise. It'll just have to come after the show. But you're accused of war crimes. For 30 years back, you've killed at least 1 million people. What do you have to say for yourself? Why? How did that unfold?
I wake up early in the morning, so I get around.
You get around?
Yeah.
So you're saying if you were a late riser, you would have killed less people?
Look, I tell you, you look like smart, okay?
Okay.
Me very smart. I tell you this, okay? You wake up late.
Right.
You not kill as much as you wake up early.
Okay.
You understand?
So it's just a matter of the time?
And I go to doctors.
Right.
I say, doctors, I'm Saddam. I King Iraq. I
Right.
need to be good shape.
Right.
They say, go kill. You
Okay,
kill,
same thing. So it's
calories.
good exercises,
I agree,
apparently.
I agree.
Now, how about you famously had relationships with Donald Rumsfeld, with Dick Cheney. I mean...
What relationship?
No, not...
Crazy, only woman. Why would tell you this? I'll tell you this.
Not
I
relationships...
kill him now. You bring him in, I kill him now. I'll tell you this.
I misspoke, I'm sorry. You famously were friends with
Oh, yeah. I'm
Rumsfeld, Dick Cheney.
Yeah, I'm
now,
friendly everybody.
did they get a bad rep? Were they as kind of cold-hearted as they came off?
No,
they were?
have very bad rap. They don't know
Really?
to beat. No. No, very bad rap.
So, last question.
Yeah.
How do you want to be remembered? Now, Saddam Hussein's name makes a lot of people think a lot of things. What do you want people to think when they hear Saddam Hussein? No, legacy, I mean, is there like a phrase?
There's only one Saddam, because you think Saddam, I want you to think eco-warrior,
An eco-warrior?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like environment.
You do?
Yeah, I go to the desert every summer.
Yeah.
And I put trees there.
In the desert, you put
Yeah,
trees?
I don't know why I come back sometime next year. I'm not there. I don't understand.
They might need some water.
I think some American come and kill it. I think so.
Well,
I think so.
That's entirely possible, but have
I
you been
think
watering
so.
your trees?
What?
Never mind. And thank you for coming, Mr. Hussein. And we'll be right back with our third guest.
Welcome to Long Island City, the new place for artists and the home of the E-Garage. We're ready to give the indie artists their chance to be heard. So follow me as I show you how to find the E-Garage. At E-Garage, you, the indie artist, can now have a performance space to call home. Whether you're a comedian, musician, or filmmaker, we have an opportunity for everyone to get stage time at the E-Garage. Here inside the E-Garage studio, you can come see many different performance opportunities. From a concert to a film screening to one of our live tapings, you can sit right here in our studio audience, which seats about 50 to 60 people. And I'm Megan Boyle. Be sure to check us out here at the E-Garage. We always have something being filmed and a chance for you to get involved as well. You can call us or email us at contacts@egarage.tv. Hope to see you soon. Be sure to check out our website and our schedule because there's always something happening at E-Garage.
All right, our final guest tonight actually recently, in fact, earlier this week, came out and said that he's been retired for 5 years already, not the pre-understood 2 or 3. So I'd like to bring him out here and get his take on things. Please welcome Fidel Castro, everyone. Mr. Castro.
Saddam.
Oh, you guys know each other, okay. Back in the day?
My amigo.
You're amigo, okay. Good to see you, sir.
Comrade.
Absolutely.
Saddam, still with the beautiful women.
We are not together.
You should know beautiful women, sometimes they can be bloodsuckers, be careful.
That's true.
I don't suck blood, I bathe.
I don't know, you've been watching the show?
Let's keep it straight.
Here, come on over, let's have a seat.
Speak only the truth.
Absolutely, here, have a seat. Let's talk a little bit. You're right.
From the cigars.
Of course.
From the cigars.
So,
only the best.
Are you retired? Like, what's going on with this? You came out, you said you had retired 5 years ago, but it seemed like you only retired 2 years ago. What's the story?
I turned the family business over to my younger brother. You have a younger brother?
I do.
Well, then you know what happens sometimes. He like Fredo. He can't figure out what to do. I gotta come back.
Okay, so you're kind of just, you're like mentoring him along, that whole sort of thing?
What can I do? I want to retire and smoke my cigars.
Sure.
Now, I got no choice.
Growing up, would you consider yourselves sibling rivals? Were you always looking out for your brother? How was your family growing up?
Like every normal American family, we fight sometimes, but we amigos most of the time. Little of this, little of that. He could never hit the curveball, so I threw inside on him.
Okay. Now, as a leader, do you consider explain to me the big difference between Fidel Castro and Raul Castro as leader of Cuba? Like, what do you do differently than him?
My people love me for so many years, almost 50 years. They love me, my people. I give it to Raul, and they tolerate him, but nothing, he does not have the qualities that I had.
He doesn't have your charisma,
nothing
your
like
beard.
That. Charisma. He doesn't know anything about military, nothing. He stands there and talks.
I don't see your trademark cigar, but no matter. I mean, are you trying to quit? I mean, what's going on with that?
My doctor, he told me I smoke too many cigars.
You smoke too many.
I gotta quit. But for advertising, still.
You keep it up, sort of keeping up. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what makes the Cuban cigar so popular? I mean, it's worldly renowned. You can't get it. Whenever someone has it, it's like, oh my God, you have a Cuban cigar. Like, why do you think that is?
The body, the smell, the way it tastes. Even you see the people that use it. Your President Clinton.
Sure.
He had a great, very, very creative ways of using the cigars.
That he did.
I could learn some things from him about Cuban cigars.
I would imagine.
Oh my God, wonderful, right?
Very smart.
I mean, he loved the girls.
Okay.
I think it goes back too many years from some of your presidents.
Like Kennedy, for instance.
Kennedy,
Let's talk about him.
They take everything seriously.
Walk me through that. Walk me through the Bay of Pigs and the Cuban Missile Crisis. What was going on there?
Well, Kennedy, he's not too bright upstairs, the rich man's son.
Okay.
Me, I'm from a poor family. He has a nice face, and he tries to send troops to Bay of Pigs. We wipe him out. Then he tries to take me out with an exploding cigar.
Really?
And poison food. I mean, what kind of stupidity is this? Man to man, you want to do it? You shoot the guy.
Now, it's funny you say that. There's a question I've always been wanting to ask you. Did you have something to do with Kennedy's assassination?
I know nothing about this.
You know nothing about this?
I know nothing about everything. I know nothing about everything.
Did you know something, Saddam? You seem to be smiling over there.
You're asking about me.
So, Fidel, what do you want people to know about you? Is there a misunderstanding about you? I mean, obviously, you come across as someone who seems to love life. You love being in charge of things. What's your legacy?
I love everything. I love my country. I love to play baseball, the most important thing in life. I'd love it now if my brother would, get a brain and start to run the country like I could. If you had your sons, they would do a good job, and yours too. He doesn't do nothing. I think, at the end, my legacy should be I was a good man. I think we also, if I had a choice, I would also believe that we should send Lenin over there to write a book for me.
Lenin?
Right, well, Lenin. Who else could be in communism?
Well, okay, that's fair enough. How do you feel about, say, Hugo Chavez? How's he doing there?
Hugo's okay, but he has it seems to me he has what you call in America public relations problems.
Okay. Well, Fidel, thank you for coming. We'll be right back in a minute. We're just going to have a quick roundtable discussion with everybody. Back in a minute. Hello, and welcome to the first installment of Breaking Through, a show about people, events, and ideas that pull us forward into a balanced and hopefully a better world. I'm your host, W.J. O'Reilly. Breaking Through aspires to taking us closer to discovering ways of transforming ourselves and the world without harming others or the planet. We ask, what will you do to break through? For myself, W.J. O'Reilly, see you next time. All right, before we go tonight, I want to take this opportunity, having all three of you here, to ask you guys some general questions, get your thoughts on a bunch of things. So, first question, humankind, inherently good, inherently evil? Saddam?
What is inherently?
Are men good or bad?
Man, very good.
Very good. So why do you have to kill to get what you need?
I didn't say all men very good.
Okay, so some men good, some men bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Elizabeth, what do you think?
I say evil.
Evil?
Yes.
Why do you
think
feel that?
Inherently evil. Because I think many people think that they're good,
Okay.
but their heart is evil.
Okay.
I think it's all fake.
Really?
It's all fake. And that's why I'm here to put it out there. Evil is evil.
Evil is, so you're calling a spade, basically?
Exactly.
Okay. How about you, Fidel? What do you think?
I think everybody, for the most part, I agree with them. Most people are evil and bad. But women, when they're bad, they're good.
Oh, okay.
So
Now, as leaders, do you find it better to be loved or feared? Saddam?
Who cares?
Who cares?
I will.
Okay. How about you, Elizabeth? Loved or feared?
Feared.
Feared.
That's the only way that you get anything done,
Okay.
as I said.
How about you, Fidel?
I have both.
You have both?
I have fear because I can shoot them,
Okay.
but they love me because I can shoot them.
They love you because you can shoot them.
Of
No?
course.
How does that work?
I find that if they don't love me, I shoot them.
Okay. So they're forced to love you.
They're forced to love me and they fear me because I can shoot them.
Okay.
I get the best of both worlds, better than you said that.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. I see someone, I kill him. I don't do nothing. I kill him. I want to kill.
Okay.
I see someone, I do something I like. I kill him.
Okay.
I do something I don't like. I take his wife, I rape her, and then I kill him and kill
Okay.
her.
So you're a simple man in a lot of ways.
Why make I complicate? I don't understand. I love, I fear, I wake up in the morning, I got 10 kids I need to think about, this wants to go to play with toy, this wants to, I got headache, I don't need to think, I love, I fear. No, I kill, that's it. I
Okay.
kill.
All right. Well, on that note, I'd like to thank the three of you for coming down. If you please, feel free to go back in the back room. I have an associate back there that'd like to talk to you. Don't worry about the lead pipe thing. I swear it's nothing. But everybody, thanks for watching, and we'll be back next week. Take care.